Alright, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing that there is a connection that is currently sort of on pause, or there's been some passage of time between when you've connected with this other energy, and you could be feeling kind of stressed about it. I see you kind of wondering, you know, should I just move on? Is this gone for good? What's gonna really happen here? But I'm seeing that this is more of a pause than anything else. And with the oracle cards for the reading today being compromising in the reverse, ripeness, and awareness, I'm really seeing that this relationship is overdue for some sort of reckoning, for some sort of compromising moment, for differing opinions or experiences or energies to come together and kind of be reckoned with. So if there's been a conflict that's been kind of under the surface, that's coming up to the surface because the time is ripe for it to be confronted, for it to be healed, for it to be kind of reckoned with. And so Spirit wants you to have an awareness, a consciousness of why things are happening the way they are, and that this is all kind of happening in divine timing. It's happening the way it's meant to happen, and things that have been boiling under the surface are coming up because now is the time for them to be kind of dealt with. So if it feels like you're confused or time is passing and you're not exactly sure why, that's why. Because there are energies that have existed under the surface that are meant to be reckoned with at this time. Now I'm going to dive deeper into the energies here, into the tarot, but before I do, I just want to say thank you for being here and for receiving this reading. And if this reading resonates with you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. When you do that, it lends your energy to my readings and helps me manifest messages that resonate more with you. And if you would like a personal reading, my email is down below in the description box, so you can email me there for a personal reading. But let's get into it, Sagittarius. So the overall energy for the reading is temperance. So that's time passing, and you really kind of wondering, again, like I said, what is going to happen here? How are things going to move forward? Should I just leave this behind completely and stand on my own? And Spirit's kind of advising you here that regardless of what happens here, don't waver in your own strength of who you are. So whether or not you come back together with this other energy, remember that you have what it takes to stand on your own 2 feet, with or without this other person. I'm seeing that you could have forgotten that at some points with the devil. There could be this feeling of maybe needing this relationship or this person to fulfill you, or feeling like you are at a lack with this relationship or some type of scarcity mindset, and so you kind of, look out for this relationship on the horizon to maybe fulfill you or to give you the validation that you need. In general, in the past, I see a certain wound being triggered around your stability in relationships, and really trusting that whoever the other energy that's on the other side of this is really going to come through for you, and that you can really trust them, that you can rely on them. There's this feeling of, even after they've shown you that you can trust them, maybe you still worry, like, can I really trust them? There could be some fear mentalities that you're kind of stuck with, or that it's hard for you to detach from here. And that in the past, has maybe kind of weighed you down, where it's hard for you to feel strong on your own because you find yourself looking for this other energy to fulfill you. Now, in the current energy, I see that you may not be connecting with this other energy, or it may feel like you're not receiving from them what you would like. I'm hearing an offer, so it's almost like that bid for connection that you're looking for. Maybe they're not reaching out to you, or you're reaching out to them but they're not responding, and it comes through as very painful, this pause in the energy, like you're wanting them to connect with you, you're wanting them to reach out to you, and it's looking like in the current energy it's just not happening, and that is very hard for you. Now, when it comes to the near future, I do see you reconnecting with this energy, and there being a chance for you to balance out. But in the current moment, it could feel like you're very sort of tired of what you've been through with this person so far. It's like there's a lot of love there, but there's something exhausting about it. And I see you being pretty, weighed down by whatever you've been through with this connection. You're showing me there's a lot of love, there's a lot of care. You care for this person a lot. They come through as a bit of a soul connection. But a lot has gone down in this connection and you're feeling kind of exhausted by it. So it's looking like you actually need this break, and the universe could have sent in a break in this connection because you're tired, and you need to kind of rest, and there's something that could be kind of tiring about this connection. Let's take a look at the recent past with the Devil. There could be this feeling of always being worried about whether this is going to come through. There's this feeling of maybe needing to rely on this other energy for your stability, and always kind of being anxious about, are they really going to show up the way I want them to? Are my dreams going to come true? Are my hopes going to come true? But really just like wanting this energy to fulfill you, and always kind of being worried that they're not going to show up, or that they're not going to show up in the exact way that you want them to. Overall, the relationship itself looks good, looks stable here, but then the energy that you kind of come to it with is one of fear, of what if it isn't okay, or what if it doesn't come through the way that I need it to. You're wanting something consistent, or maybe you're needing something consistent, and when it doesn't show up that way, or maybe in the past there have been hardships where it just hasn't come through in a way that feels supportive, that feels comforting, and so then you're kind of left waiting, wondering when is it going to come through. And because there's a lot of love in this connection, when it doesn't come through in a supportive way, it could feel extremely destabilizing because it doesn't match up with the energy that's present. The energy feels very loving, caring, but then in the material, it's like maybe you don't feel as supported as you need or as you would like, or maybe there's some type of need that's not being met. And so then you're always kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, or waiting for this to fall through, or wondering like what's going to happen next. And there's this feeling of like never really being able to feel stable within this connection, or to feel like you can fully trust it in a way. It's almost like things have been hard before, and so you've gotten into this pattern of feeling like things are always going to be kind of difficult in this connection. And it comes through as kind of confusing for you because you feel so much love and care. You feel the connection between the two of you, but then it doesn't show up in the material world in a way that feels very supportive. And then as a result, you feel like you can't really trust this energy, and I see you feeling like this other person isn't showing up, or they're not reaching out to you, they're not opening their heart to you, and that is very difficult. And that's when that difficult energy kind of comes in, or it's like reality comes crashing in, where in the energy you feel like they should care, or you feel like they do care, but you don't. It's almost like that energy gets sent out, but it doesn't actually reach you, or the intention is there, but it doesn't get executed in a tangible way, and so you kind of struggle. And for whatever reason, the point between this person trying to open up to you and be there and give you their love and reach out and kind of explore the beautiful energy that's here, it doesn't quite land in a way. And so the result is that you end up kind of feeling like you have to hold back your own energy, like you're wanting to connect with them and feel good and, stabilize the energy, but it's almost like you don't know how. Like you don't know what to give to this connection, or you end up kind of overthinking it or being really stressed. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Or it could feel like you have what it takes to stabilize this connection, but it always kind of comes from you, that energy of stability, or you're the one who has to kind of end up fixing everything at the end of the day, because they're not really able to meet you in that place of stability and comfort and assurance. Oh, it looks a bit like a toxic loop in a way of, continuously worrying about this other energy falling through, them falling through, you feeling like you need to rectify it, being like, I love this person, or I love this thing that I'm attached to, and so I'm just going to kind of step up and fix it. But it's gotten to a point now where it feels like you can't just step in and fix it. Like there's more at play, because there's two energies here. It's not just you all the time able to make everything great every time. At some point, this other energy is going to kind of weigh down the scale, and that part that is destabilizing is going to become heavier and heavier. In the future, though, I do see either you balancing with this connection or there being an opportunity for that. I don't know if this person reaches out to you and tries to stabilize, or if you reach out to them, but there's some sort of effort towards doing that. I see there being some type of attempt to balance here, but it may not go exactly the way that you're wanting it to. It may not meet all your expectations or balance out exactly the way you would like. But what it does do is it kind of shows you that you have stabilizing energy within yourself, kind of with or without this person. And that could be kind of what this shows you, is that even if you're not able to balance with this other energy the way that you would like to, you can at least balance your own energy. And so there's sort of a deeper lesson in here about what it is that you're able to accomplish and what it is that you bring to a relationship, because you carry that stable, comforting, grounded kind of energy, even if this other energy doesn't match that. Again, there may be this feeling of things moving very slowly, or the communication not coming in as quickly as you would like. Like the pace of this is not going to move as fast as is comfortable for you, and that could feel kind of scary for you, or it could feel like things are not changing at the pace that you would like, and that could feel scary for you. And so it's kind of important that you ground in your own energy during this process, and that you get to a place within yourself of feeling comfortable kind of no matter what's going on with this other energy, because they might not be very reliable, or you may continue to feel like you don't completely trust them, or you can't really rely on them to see this through, or make it work. You're going to kind of realize again and again that you need to sort of rely on yourself first and center yourself first before you approach this energy. Let's get some advice from Spirit. The universe is kind of saying that you can stress out about this if you choose to. There are things about this that are going to be stressful, and it's more about what you do with that energy. Are you going to choose to ground yourself? Are you going to respond in a way that comes from that stressful place, or are you going to, go within and center and kind of step back and take that big picture view of what's really going on here? And so the choice is kind of yours, because if this is stressing you out, that's trying to tell you something. That's a signal that something is off. If you're constantly anxious about this, you're constantly worried, that's a sign to you that something is out of balance. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this helps. I hope it resonates, and I'll see you next time.